Star community, here we are, Debra Silverman and the stars. We have an important conversation. This video will be left on the site because it will be useful for the next year. There's something you all have heard about endlessly. It's called Mercury retrograde. Mercury is the planet of the intellect. It always travels with the sun. So here's the sun, and Mercury's either going one sign behind it, it's in the same sign as the sun, or one sign in front. So it's traveling like this. Remember when you were a kid in school and they had all the planets in a circle, and you'd always see Mercury traveling with the sun? Mercury is the planet that travels with the sun. And it appears to the Earth that it's going backwards. In reality, it's not. But we're not going to go there. The reality is when you see two trains going at the same speed and one's going a little, it looks like one's going backwards, it's an illusion of sorts, but we see it as being a retrograde. So the first one in 2017 we're going to speak about is in December. Mercury goes retrograde from Capricorn into Sag. This is the time where you slow everything down and you look backwards. Whenever there's a retrograde, it's not my favorite thing. I used to pretend it didn't really work. I would be like, oh, I don't believe in that stuff. That came and bit my little butt, because it's true, it really is true that during Mercury retrogrades there's more instances of acting out, of accidents, of planes being delayed, of computers not working, of losing your purse, of your phone not working. It's remarkable to me how often it goes on. And if you know it's coming, and you're learning from the star community how to be in your observer, you're not captured by it. You're not reacting. Of course, first impulse always, and I always tell people, don't pretend you're so spiritual that you're not going to react and be emotional to start with. I'm so pissed off, I hate Mercury retrograde. And then turn on your observer, you pause, and you go, wait a minute. This is so predictable. Of course the plane is late. Of course I didn't get my suitcase that came out. Of course my contract didn't really work. And there's no such thing as don't buy a house during Mercury retrograde, don't sign a contract. You're going to stop life because Mercury's going backwards? No. But what you will do is take a responsible position and say, you know what? I'm glad that we're doing this now, but can I just slow it down and take an extra look, review it once more, take it to the lawyer, make sure it's accurate? You're allowed to slow down before you sign it and really feel confident. So basically, Mercury retrograde is like a little bit of the turtle. You can't make a mistake if you're going slow. Low and slow to the ground. And you give yourself patience. You're not in a rush. So as soon as you see it coming, you go, take a deep breath. And then whatever happens, and there's always something that happens. Last time I lost a very important card that was the global entry card that you use when you travel and you can't replace it. And I never lose things for real. I misplaced them, said the Gemini, but I never lose them. And I really did lose it. And I turned on my awareness and went, Deb, Mercury's retrograde. It's your opportunity to see what you're going to do in your internal world so that you don't get all jacked up. So the first one is December. The next three are going to be in 2018, and you're going to write this down. That's why you're in the star community. You get a preview of when to pay attention. The first one in 2018 is March 22nd to April 15th. So that time, Mercury's going to go retrograde in Aries. All three in 2018 are in fire signs. I think that's so funny. Right when the energy starts building, this is the law of fire. If you want to learn the wisdom of fire signs, the first rule, write this down, is know when to stop. If everyone knew when to stop and not overreact and not be impulsive and not bump into somebody or get really emotional, wow, this world would be different. So during the three retrogrades, the first one is March 22nd to April 15th, you are going to stop during Aries and let yourself go backwards. And it's always a good time to look back in your past, anything unfinished, anything that you didn't speak to or address, anything that you've left behind as far as old friends or old relationships. It's a great time to review. So the first one is during Aries. It's going to slide back to Pisces and come back through Aries. The next one is July 25th to August 18th. And this one's in Leo, all the fire signs. So Leo, Mercury in Leo, is a very impulsive reaction. They have such strong opinions. They're so willful. Good. You're learning, you fire signs, in the whole year of 2018, how to pause, look back, take a breath, and turn on your observer and go, yes, I'm impulsive. I didn't mean what I said. I'm so sorry. First rule of the universe, I didn't apply it. I didn't know when to stop. I overreacted. I'm so sorry. If you can say I'm so sorry and get good at it, that's the truth of fire and the wisdom of fire. The last one is November 16th to December 6th, and that's in Sag. And boy, if there's anybody that's impulsive on this planet besides Aries and Leo, it's Sag. These are all 3 fire signs. So again, this is right during Thanksgiving. It's leading up to Christmas, the end of 2018. Be aware that you're going to give yourself permission to be calm and peaceful. I'm going to review all these during them because you'll be in the Star community, and every month we're going to have an announcement by the month at a glance, and you're going to see it. But I just wanted to give you a heads up. This is the gift of prophecy. You get to be prophetic, and then you profit because you prepare. Yeah, I'll start with PR. So Mercury retrograde. It's a planet that appears to be going backwards. It happens 3 times in a year. It's usually about 2 to 3 weeks. And then when it's over, it's like hitting your head against the wall. Suddenly it feels so good. I feel such relief when I know it's over. And in preparation for it, you give yourself permission to put on your observer and really practice what we're teaching here in this Star community. My book, The Missing Element, is all about this. Turn on your observer, realize you reacted, take a breath, review, meditate, take a moment or two, and say either I'm sorry or I was really right and I'm not getting off my position. However, I don't want to make you wrong. Wouldn't that be radical? Mercury is the planet that rules your thoughts, your mind, the repetitive thoughts you have, the internal dialogue, where you get locked in a story. Be very careful the stories you tell yourself during a Mercury retrograde. You got to ask yourself, how many times have I gone over this? Am I repeating myself like I'm fixated on I wish I had a boyfriend? I'm fixated on I wish the boyfriend would leave. I'm fixated on I wish I had kids. I'm fixated on I can't stand this boss. And when you see those repetitive thoughts that keep on reoccurring, you turn on your observer and you go, oh, right. I'm learning that in the Star community. Those repetitive thoughts are exactly the work that you're here to do, which is putting on the observer position of compassion and saying, wow, I do repeat myself. Everybody's Mercury. That's what Mercury does, by the way. It repeats itself like a broken record. Sometimes I think it should be called K. Can I say swear on this radio show? K-fuck. It's a radio station in your head that you wish you could turn off. Well, Mercury retrograde, anything goes, as long as you can say you're sorry after. Sorry if I offended anybody, but the point of the story is if you could turn off that radio station in your head that says mean things, if you had the awareness, the observer on, to watch your Mercury, and when you get caught in a loop because you walk up to the counter at the airport and they say your flight just got canceled, and you're like, rah, 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 because your Mercury is in Aries and you're all pissed off, and you remember, oh my God, Mercury is retrograde, and you get a little smile on your face, that's how you know the observer's on. You smile and you go, sorry. Mercury's retrograde, I wanted to blame you, even though you didn't really make the plane late. I'm going to take a moment, give me a moment. I need to back up here. I'll be right back, and I'll figure out my new flight. So that's the energetics. How do I take responsibility for my reaction, pause, turn on my observer, know when to stop, take a breath, and be part of the Star community and know you're making a real difference on the planet.